Minister, as a member of the regional group, I am very happy to be here this evening to support this proposed amendment to the Civil Liability Courts Bill. I would like to thank Minister McGrath for his work in the area during the last Dáil. I think many members of the public, and especially people in private industry, were shocked over the last 12 months, particularly on hearing insurance companies outline large-scale fraudulent personal injury claims, albeit without insurance companies making large-scale complaints to Gardaí to any great degree. Instead, many insurance companies prefer just to transfer the liability cost onto hard-pressed businesses and consumers, who as a result pay some of the highest insurance premiums in Europe on property, public liability and employer liability insurance. It has been long known that the burden of proof for personal injury claims has been of a low order, and many soft tissue injuries cannot be confirmed on medical scans. Therefore, they are to a degree subject to what the claimant is putting forward, and the onward incapacity is rather subjective on the claimant also. This makes for a very difficult environment for which claims can be estimated. In many cases, it is well described how insurance companies will settle a case only with the minimal amount of investigation, rather than proceed to open court, where compensation can vary widely, and insurance companies will also face the legal claims and costs from the plaintiff's side. Despite talk of reform of fraudulent injury claims for a number of years now, the issue is still pervasive and in many cases is downright brazen. Topical in recent weeks, Minister, was the sight of Pat McDonough of Supermax refusing to make video evidence available of fraudulent trips and falls, available to claimants, that is, in advance of their court sittings. His defence quite rightly argued that they would amend their claims on seeing what video evidence he had or not. Such legal defences, claiming advance sight of such video evidence that could undermine a claim, is making a mockery of GDPR rights, and is also making a mockery of a fair and legal process. Beyond this recent evidence of legal practices trawling through claimants of the Personal Injuries Assessment Board, and highlighting that post-traumatic stress disorder could be considered a follow-on consequence of a personal injury claim and could be argued in court, whereby the claimant would receive a higher level of payout and the security of their legal fees would be ensured where such a case was discharged. This practice should be discouraged, Minister. The motion that we are placing here this evening is not about prosecution, but rather it is about prevention, although prosecution is part of the motion. And it is designed to make both claimants and legal counsel consider heavily before embarking on a case for personal injury awards through the courts as opposed to through PIAB. Insurance fraud, Minister, is not a victimless crime. And I'm sure you have heard all of the speakers before me speak about the effects this is having on business, particularly the SME sector in this country. There is a need for enforcement of bogus insurance claims, and I would ask you to engage with the Department of Justice regarding setting up new initiatives with An Garda Síochána to provide oversight on tackling insurance fraud. Particularly businesses at present within the entertainment sector, the childcare sector and the leisure industry are really struggling now with insurance premia, as are people paying motor insurance. So the time has come, I believe, Minister, for government to take a really strong stand here. We've been hearing for quite a number of years about reform of the insurance sector, and what we need to figure out now is also reform within the legal sector as to get these costs under control. We're paying the highest costs in Europe for insurance premia. That makes us uncompetitive in terms of economic advancement and certainly in terms of exporting, and it's an issue that has to be tackled as soon as possible, Minister, and I ask you to give it your full, which I know your full attention.